Hello everybody, welcome back to Creative Software Tutorial. So today we are going to continue on with the Halloween theme. As we prepared for Halloween, it's coming up in the next few weeks. So as you can see in the thumbnail right here, we have Night of the Jack-O-Lantern. So it's a double exposure effect. So I was able to combine the a jack-o'-lantern, this really fierce looking jack-o'-lantern, with the night sky of just this abandoned house with a jack-o'-lantern in the back, and with also a skull right here that you can't really see. You see this tree in the background. It looks super awesome. So yeah, if you've never been to my channel before, welcome. So as stated before, this channel is called Creative Software Tutorial. So it used to be called Photoshop Magic. So right now, this channel focuses on Photoshop tutorials for basic and intermediate level. And I upload twice a week in my video. So on my days off from my full-time job, I upload, new videos, 3 to 4 videos, on my days off. And yeah, I also play chess against the computer. So my ultimate goal would be to beat the chess game at level 10 at least once. Okay, so go ahead and join me in there. And in the description below, you will also see all the attributions, all where I got my photos from. They're totally free to use as long as you cite, your sources where you got them from. So check it out. All right, so thank you very much. So without further ado, we are just going to get started, okay? So it's a double exposure again. So we are going to go to File. We're going to go to Open. And you want to open up the 2 photographs that you are going to be using. So in this case, it's going to be the jack-o'-lantern. So it's going to be in here. So we have the grave with the abandoned yard right there, and also the jack-o'-lantern itself. So you're going to hold the control button down, and you're going to click on this second image also to be able to select both. If not, it's not going to select both. Okay, so we're going to click on Open. Yeah, so this is super awesome. So as you can see, this is a really awesome image right here. So I was kind of sad to take it out a little bit, unfortunately, but you have to be able to see the jack-o'-lantern, unfortunately. So yeah. All right, so we want to get started with the jack-o'-lantern itself. Okay, so this is a very cool looking jack-o'-lantern that we have. It looks 3D effect, super awesome. So you want an image that is facing kind of on the right hand side or left hand side in a way. Right hand side seems to be more natural in a way. So you can have your image right here, and then in the middle it blends in right here. So okay, so the first thing we want to do is you want a quick selection tool right here. We right click on it, click on quick selection tool, and depending on how big your brush is, you can make it smaller by clicking on the left bracket or the right bracket to make it bigger. I'm going to make it as big as possible, and we are just going to have at it. We're going to left click, hold, and drag to highlight the areas we want to keep. Okay, so just like that. And if you make a mistake, it's okay. You can easily fix it. It's super simple. So I'm going to make the brush a little bit smaller now by clicking on the left bracket. Make it quite small, just like so. We're going to hold the Alt button, bottom left of the keyboard, say ALT. We're going to hold it down, and you will see it changes to a minus sign. So now we're going to left click, hold, and drag. And I'm just going to stay on the outside rim right here, and the computer will know what to do on these areas, okay? Just like so. And I'm going to add this part back in here, just so we're not missing anything. Perfect. So that looks really nice. Okay. So now you have to click on this mask, add a layer mask right there, which is that black dot with the rectangle around it. And there we have it. Okay. So actually I made a mistake right there. We don't want to do that. So we are just going to click on this chain right here. We're going to put it on the trash can. Sorry, I made a mistake. We're going to click on delete. So it's back to normal now. Did we lose our selection? Okay, we're going to have to select again. Apologize for that. Okay, we're just going to highlight the whole thing. Now we're going to hold the Alt button down again. We are just going to highlight, delete the areas we don't want. Just like so. Okay, so now that we have our pumpkin selected, so what we want to do, I apologize earlier. So depending on what version you have to for the latest version of Photoshop, you have to hold the Shift button down, and we are going to go to Select, and we have to click on Select and Mask. Okay, so this will bring up the Refine Edges tool. So we want to refine all these edges. So we're gonna left click, hold, and drag, on the outside here. If you are using a different version of Photoshop, you can just Google it real quick on what it is that you do, and then you can just type in refine edge, and it will show you how to get there. Okay, so all we want to do is to just drag around the outside rim of the your image. Okay, in this case is this pumpkin right here, just jack-o'-lantern. After you're done with that, we're going to click on OK, and from there you want to click on this layer mask. Okay, there you go. So that looks a lot better. So the next thing you want to do is you want to bring in your image. So this one, the very first thing you have to do is you have to unlock it to be able to move this image around. So, and then we have to come to the move tool. And if you've never seen this before, it can look a little bit strange, but if you've seen it before, it's self-explanatory. So we're going to left click, hold, and drag it to the other title, which is this one right here. The moment that I hover over it, it's going to change to the other image, and I'm just going to come back down. You're going to see a plus sign. We're just going to release. Depending on the pixelate, depending on how good of a quality of image that you have, it can be extremely big, it can be extremely small. In this case, this image is fairly good, so that's why it's quite big, so it's good. You always want a high quality image, okay? So we're gonna hold the control button now, we're gonna tap T, we're gonna free transform it. So we're gonna make it fit, and I'm gonna hover over until I see the double arrows. We're gonna make it bigger just like that to cover the whole area. And normally you want to be able to uh, change the opacity so to around like 50% or so, so you know what to expect. So as you can see, I can still see both. So in this case, once I add the jack-o'-lantern face in here, I'm still going to be able to see a little bit of the abandoned house and also the other jack-o'-lantern in the grass area. I'm not going to be able to see the tree anymore, which is okay. I mean, it's fine. So it looks good. So we're gonna click on the check mark right here. We're gonna make the opacity back to 100. So now what we want to do, now that we know how it's going to look, we're going to right click on it. We're going to click on create a clipping mask. Okay. What that does is it conforms to the shape of the jack-o'-lantern. So the next thing we want to do right after that, we want to click on this layer mask again to create another layer mask. And from here, we have to make sure that the foreground color is black and then the background color is white. If not already, you can click on this arrow to switch back and forth. Or if they're a different color, you can actually change them by clicking on each one of them, okay? So from there, what you want to do is you want to go to the brush tool and right click on it, and then you click on the brush tool. So from here, you have to make sure before you click anything, you have to make sure the opacity is the right settings that you want. I like around like 75 or so to begin with, just be able to see it, and as you move on to the center, you actually want to just lower the opacity little by little to make it blend in. So in the beginning we make it 75. So as you can see, it's really 75. It still shows up pretty good, just like so. And this is just like when you're painting, you don't want to release it. The moment that you release it, it's like applying a second coat of paint. Okay, so you just want to, I like it section by section just like that. So perfect. And now I'm going to change the opacity to, uh, you know, every 10 or so. So it's in 73. I'm going to change it to 63 or so. And then it's going to look really nice, kind of blend in a way. So now, so again, you want to make sure that you're not releasing the hold, the left hold, as you're painting over it, because it's going to have a second coat of paint, which does not look as nice. And for an image to look really nice, you want to have an image where this face is covering it, but of the sky. So when we're covering the sky, it doesn't look as bad. So as you can see in this area right here, it's not blending in pretty well. It's not blending well at all. So it doesn't look as nice. So you want an image of the sky right here where it's gonna be a cutaway, and it's gonna like helping it blend in a way. So when you look at the final product, it looks like it's super blended because you have the sky in there, and the sky blends in with this image super well. Okay, so have that in mind when you find an image to be in the background like that. Okay, so now we are going to make it 53, so 10 less, just like that. We're gonna keep on painting it. And you don't want to go too far either. You want to just half the face. That's why we, have just this corner right here of just like that. Okay, so now we are going to go to 43. And you want to just go little by little until we get towards the end, and it's going to blend in super well. And now we can actually see the jack-o'-lantern again, but in this case it's a little bit less. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to make it 33. And then 23 until we get down to, as little as possible. Towards now it's starting to blend in with each other, and it doesn't look as forced where it's like, two separate images, just like so. And we're going to make it 13. And as you get out here, what you want to do is you want to just go back to the original and just paint over any other areas too, where so to make it more blend in, or else it's gonna not be as blend in. Yeah, look at that. That looks super amazing. Uh, so towards the end right here, you can make it the opacity a little bit more. Because it's the sky. You could just like get rid of it right there. And there you have it, just like that. Depending on what image you have, it's gonna look totally different, but you just wanna keep on painting over it you get until you are satisfied with how it looks. I think it looks amazing right now. It's like it has a 3D effect, and you can still see the tree because I made it 75 and not 100. So what you can also do, you can now that you have painted over all of them, what you can do, you can make the opacity 100% in the areas where it glows. So it makes it look even better. So we're gonna zoom in. We're gonna zoom in, and we are just gonna make the eyes glow. Just the areas where it's like supposed to be glowing, or you want it to glow. We're gonna make the brush smaller. Yeah, just like that. So this way it pops out even more because you have control over every section of this. So it's time consuming, but it's worth it in the end where it looks amazing. And now you can just go over the nose area right here. Yeah, this looks even better than the thumbnail that I have up. Okay, there you go. So look at that. So you want it to blend in a way, but then at the same time, you want the an area that glows to just look pop out. So keep on doing it until you reach the end, and there you have it. You have a double exposure effect. Okay. And if you haven't clicked on the like button already, go ahead and do so. Pause this video and go ahead and do that, and feel free to share the video or unlike it all you want. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm of being able to make this channel grow, because I really want to get this channel up and running. Thank you very much for your support, and I hope you have an amazing day.